Hello. Today we're going to look at Gate 13, the Fellowship of Man, a gate that is keynoted as the gate of the listener. But you know, who is listening? It's the self that is listening. You know, and the self is where we move, is our perception of movement, and this is where what we listen to determines the way we move, determines behavior. This is a gate of the G center, and the G center in essence is all about behavior, because behavior determines the way we move. This is a gate that if you read the subtitle in the I Ching, in the Rave Mechanics, it speaks about ideas and values that within a given framework inspire humanistic cooperation. So this is a gate that, you know, is identified with ideas and values as an abstract gate that it is. It is a gate that is going to hold on to beliefs, because what it listens to is it listens to the memory of Gate 33. It's a gate of sharing. And what it shares is the memory of Gate 33. It is a projected gate. This is a projected element in our nature. So through listening, Gate 13 has a great gift of recognizing the other and recognizing the way the other thinks, the way what the other has been through, and the way the other thinks and feels by the way they express themselves, by the stories that they tell. But you know, by listening through the others, in Gate 13, we start building up an idea of what the world was like before we came. We get all kinds of ideas about, you know, that have an esoteric nature. The polarity of Gate 33 is Gate 19, this tribal root. So the stories are going to be about, you know, the things that happen when human beings do not support each other, do not respect the fellowship of man. You know, the wars, the conflicts, you know, everything that can happen in life. So in holding on and identifying with what brings humanistic cooperation is what Gate 13 is going to be listening to the moment it comes into the world. And that is going to deeply impact the belief system of that human being, because Gate 13, it is the leading gate of the quarter of initiation, which is the quarter of the mind. It's the quarter of the mind. So it's a deeply, deeply mental gate. And it lived through the not-self. You know, these are human beings that can deeply resent other human beings by the way they think, because it is given for granted that the way you think is going to determine the way you act, the way you behave, the things that you do, the things that you don't do. So this is a gate that, you know, is deeply going to identify others by the way they think. Its polarity is Gate 7, and Gate 7 is the role of the self in interaction. It is all about behavior. So this is a gate that, you know, by the way, it's going to identify, by the way you think, that this is actually the way you behave. It's the self, after all, that is listening. It's taking it in. It's taking it in, and it's taking it in, and it's taking it in until it recognizes something. And when it recognizes something, it recognizes a certain feeling. And that feeling allows it to identify who it is and how to behave in relationship to your mind, whether to believe you or to not believe you, whether to say something, whether not to say something. Most of the times, not to say anything, because Gate 13, after all, is not the throat center. It is not there to speak. It is there to just simply be and recognize through the rear mirror of the vehicle, you know, how whatever it is listening to resonates with the things that it has listened to in the past, because it is all about the past in this abstract circuit of which Gate 13 is the leading, it's the role gate. And the role gate is listening. It says so much about the potential of this gate when it is aware for a human being, and the mental the behavior of the mind of an awake human being, which is precisely listening to those that you share the journey with.